Hello everybody out there, Chris and Mike here, and welcome back to another indie comic book review. Unfortunately, this is a bit late, and for those of you that don't know already, I have been this is the second time in a row, sick. So, I didn't have a voice this past weekend, so we didn't do the indie review nor the countdown. We're going to be doing the countdown either tonight, which is Wednesday night, or tomorrow morning. It should be posted. Apologies. Hopefully after this I will get better and won't have to worry about dealing with this cold anymore. As you guys can hear, I still have a little bit of the stuffedness in my nose. But beside the point, the show must go on, as they always say. And we got 13 digital books. How many physical?
I believe 7. 6.
And 6 physical.
Yeah.
So
mostly they're mine, so you'll be able to rest your
yeah,
voice.
this is mostly Michael's review. That's why we're doing this tonight, or I would have waited.
Purpose. I wonder why. And the books we will be reviewing, except minus the other books, were released on February 11, 2015. So, first off, we're going to start with...
Oh, right. 2 of the digital books are actually not from this week. We're going to start off with Nightmare World, Volume 1, chapter, I believe we're on 4
and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's...
Chapter 4 is You Ought to Know.
Yeah, and the other one is Not For You. Just wanted to show you the covers. So, the You Ought to Know, by Dirk Manning, by the way, it talks about this guy who is like, by himself one night, and, he's like away from his wife, so he is with this woman who tries to seduce him and everything in a hot tub, but then she turns into this hideous octopus monster that's trying to kill him. And basically, like, that's the whole thing. Like, he's trying to get away, and it's just a whole thing. Like, it is very bloody, but it's also what it does to him in the end of the book. So, I believe his name was Brian, I'm not too sure. But that's the end for that book. The next chapter, Not For You, is where this little boy has a imaginary friend named, go up, I think her name is, Arkelina? Arkelina. And it's the whole book about him just growing up, and, he's listening to this voice in his head, like, saying what to do and what not to do. He catches him with another woman in the woods one day, and then it just turns out that the imaginary friend, like, wound up... Well, it was a guy who shot him, but it was, like, the plan that was the imaginary friend that actually controlled him to shoot him, and it's just, like, a whole big thing, and that's basically that book. Both were very good. Artwork was excellent, and I'm really liking Nightmare World so far. It's really interesting, and I like the short stories in between, because it's like really my type of book. So definitely looking forward to reading the next chapters of that.
Speaking of chapters, Chapter 2 of Mr. Ree,
and this is the cover again.
Volume 1 starts off with this girl who actually calls Mr. Ree. I noticed that I'm not pronouncing his name correctly a little bit, so I'm going to just push a little bit to announce it, especially with the nose the way it is. So she calls Mr. Ree, and she is having a problem with a specific person. We don't know what it is yet. And she tells him what the situation is about her dog. And you read this too, I'm guessing.
Yeah, a little bit of it.
And Mr. Ree already knows what he's dealing with, and honestly doesn't even waste any time. The person's trying to talk with him, and we find out, spoiler alert, it's a vampire. And he's trying to explain to Mr. Ree that he doesn't want to fight him, he doesn't want to, he's not looking for any confrontation. And after kind of coaxing Mr. Ree down, he explains about the dog, why he did it, that he was wrong, that this is a quiet neighborhood, he never meant to, go that far. He just flipped out.
Yeah.
And then in the end, he basically just goes away and That's the case. And the girl's upset because he left the vampire alive.
This actually reminded me of Blade a little bit, like, you know, how he does, like, vampire hunting and stuff like that. Like, it gave me that feel when I read this book also, but, you know, like, sometimes when you do things out of action, you have to, like, first listen to the explanation, and that's what I also liked about this book. It is black and white still, by the way.
The whole book is black and white. But it turns out the girl was the wrong one in the end anyway. Chapter 2, 4 out of 5 stars. Excellent, excellent chapter. I'm really enjoying this. And if you guys did not check this out, you can check it out on Amazon. You can find it. It's the exact title. You showed the cover, right?
Yeah, I showed the cover.
Okay, it's just Tales of Mr. Ree, Volume 1, Procreation of the Wicked.
Right. And I'll be showing these in every episode, the chapter from here on in.
I want to see if they have a back cover. Yes, it's $16.99. It's from Devil's Due. That's DEVILSDUE.net.
And it's worth it, though, so definitely check it out for those of you who like these types of stories.
Yes.
By Dirk Manning as well. Alright, so let's get into the physical books. Now, these were the books that came out February 11, 2015.
Right.
Starting with Archie Comics, Sonic the Hedgehog, issue number 269 of Champions, number 2 of 4. And it's getting very interesting. Like, I like how this is picking up, and I actually was looking forward to reading this. We get more about, oh, I keep forgetting her name already, Breezy. And we also get to the first round of the tournament, and we have a little werehog action. The artwork's great, by the way. And it's just, you know, everyone trying to enter the tournament, even Knuckles, who runs into, you know, one of the Robotniks, as well as Tails, going up against, can't remember what her name was. That was Amy's opponent, Honey. And Honey beats Tails, spoiler alert. Then we get a little Bean and SBO action, and it's really just hooligans against, you know, the Knuckles and also the Vector's side team. And let's just say in the next issue, things are going to get into a full swing of things. And if you want to find out how the rounds are going to turn out and who's facing who as the issues continue, you should read the next chapter or this issue, see next issue of that. I'm hoping Sonic vs. Knuckles happens. I'm praying and waiting because I really would like to see Knuckles and Sonic go at it like they did in the cartoon series, and that would be really cool. Image Comics of The Walking Dead issue number 137. This book was... This was something else, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm sure you know too after we did a live show about this. It's really called talking to Lydia and trying to let her be calm because she's not really talking to anybody. Whereas Maggie is talking to one of the co-leaders about, you know, what's been going on. Like, they want to talk all about what happened and everything. And, of course, things don't turn out well because of the poison he added in there. I mean, we all knew that would happen. Here's some artwork, by the way, which is black and white. And it's just Carl and Lydia just talking with each other, getting to know one another, and Carl just saying, you know, I'm going to protect you and everything, but if you so hurt someone, I will kill you. But something tells me this is building a more foreshadowing as the issues go on, and Carl gets a little bit of a, let's just say Carl is going to lost his virginity at the end of the issue. That's all I'm saying. So, go
Sex.
Carl. Well, yeah, but I was trying to make it a little... Yeah.
Sex.
Yeah. But he lost his virginity. Well, what does it mean?
Sex.
Right.
This I got Michael because I thought he'd be interested.
Yes. And this is from Antarctic Press. This is called Zombie Killustrated issue 1, but it's actually a one-shot for this comic book. There are 3 stories that are in this. What'd I say?
Killustrate. You didn't.
Oh, Killustrated. Alright. So there's 3 stories: Nazi Zombies, The Last Zombie, and Planet of Living Dead. So in Nazi Zombies, you know, it just talks about how they're in Germany trying to fight, you know, during World War II. And here's some artwork to show you the first story. And, you know, as they're trying to ride away in the train, there are these zombies who are actually holding them up, and that's kind of where it leads off, which is, you know, they're very short stories. The last zombie is talking about Dr. Scott, who is trying to, you know, like he says that he's come up with a vaccine to stop the whole zombie invasion, but, you know, things just get a little bit too out of control, and that's for that story. Last one, Planet of the Living Dead, was just a whole big thing of just trying to find their way out of the ship, but lo and behold, there are zombies who are all around there, and now they got to basically figure out how to...
And if you want more, they have the...
Oh. Yeah.
There's the books.
Yeah, here are the books if you want to look into them.
So this is more of a sampler book.
It's more of a sampler book, but I really like these types of stories, you know, with zombies and stuff like that. So if you want to get something that's interesting, like as I found it, then definitely pick that up. That's from Antarctic Press. So now we're in Dark Horse.
Fire and Stone's grand finale, Prometheus Omega. And the first thing I have to say is Dark Horse, you're using the same printers as Marvel, aren't you?
Oh no.
Look at the eyeball.
Let me see. Oh.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Dark Horse. My wonderful friends at Dark Horse. Please check and fix your printers, because fingerprints, melting the pictures on the covers, not good. I don't like that. It drives me crazy because then I feel very nervous touching a book. And this is the first physical book I've had from Dark Horse in a while.
And it's 44 pages as well.
This is a 44-page grand finale. It follows the Predator, Galago, Angela, Jill, and Chris. Angela, Jill, and Chris are the last survivors from Prometheus. Galago is from Predator and also Prometheus. And this takes place after the events of the entire miniseries. So read the entire miniseries before getting to this. I don't want to say too much. Alden shows up again towards the middle of the beginning of the book. And he is dying, apparently. Mm-hmm. So he wants to go back to Earth. So they examine the mountain, and we find out how alive the mountain really is.
She looks like Laura Croft, that woman.
There is a bittersweet ending to one of the characters in this book. I don't want to spoil who or how, but I would definitely say look into that. But the one thing that got me was the ending. The ending basically is they tried to escape the planet. Their goal from the beginning of this book was to get off LV-223 and to get back to Earth. That fails by the end of this book. And the big epiphany of it all is, we're alive. Mm-hmm. And that's all that matters, apparently. The artwork's really good. The story is executed really, really nicely. I'm going to look for some good artwork. Aliens really don't make too much of an appearance in this book. A little bit.
Yeah, but isn't it more focused on predators in Prometheus?
Yeah, here I'll show
on aliens. Because it shows a predator.
The engineers, there's no engineers in this book, that's for sure. But I do like that they continue the story. I am upset, however, that they're not going to be following up with another series. At least not right away. Which I can understand if they're planning something in the future. But all in all, Fire and Stone is a 5 out of 5 star series. If you like Alien, if you like Predator, if you like Alien vs. Predator, if you like anything to do with the franchise, I would highly recommend you check out Fire and Stone.
And the last two physical books are from Zenoscope, which are mine. Wonderland issue number 32. More adventures of what's going on in the Wonderland of that. And it actually just talks about, you know, where, like it talks about, how do you say his name again?
Cheshire.
Cheshire. I'm going to get it right. Like, it talks about him going back into the Forest of Grinning Teeth, where he wanted to, like, reunite with his people, and they're against him, like, saying, you know, like, you served the White Queen where you should be with us, and he's trying to tell him that I was summoned, and everyone's proving him guilty, and basically run him out of the forest because of what he did. I don't want to show this artwork because it's a little bit bloody. Just the stuff just trying to get out of there was really something else. The White Queen shows up to save him, and basically that's really the whole basis of the book. Just that happening. Here's some artwork where this one huge creature was about to eat him, and thank God for the White Queen coming in to saving her. So he then says he continues to serve the White Queen instead of just being with the Forest of Grinning Teeth. So this was a good background story for those of you who are Chestnut fans. So
Cheshire.
Cheshire? Well, Cheshire fans, so if you want to find out more about his character that I left out because I want you guys to definitely pick this up, then definitely pick up that book and you'll see. And this is my book of the week from Xenoscope. It hands down goes to Realm War Age of Darkness, issue number 7 of 12. We are 5 issues away from completing the whole full year of Realm War. Can you believe it? 7 issues, and it's been picking up really nicely. It starts off where Shang, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shang is being fought against the Dark Queen's men, while Sela and her army are trying to find a way to get to the Dark Queen, and she still doesn't trust Frost, and believe me, I had a funny sense that something was going to happen with Frost and everything, and I'll explain what I mean about that in just a moment. The Dark One has a affair with Venus, I believe, and actually shows a way to kill Lucinia, to actually make her the new queen and everything. So Shang fights against Hercule, whereas Sela, and this page is really good. I love their artwork in this book. It's just really, it stands out really, and I really hate that Dark Queen. So there's 2 betrayals in this book. Spoiler. One of them was Frost, and I'm going to show this page, because the other traitor was this guy. Yeah. Now, I don't know if it was all under the Dark Queen's plans or anything. I'm not too sure. But next issue, I want to know why. And I cannot wait. That was a huge cliffhanger in the end, and this book was just awesome. Definite 5 out of 5 must see for the next issue. Now we go into the digital books.
Digital books ahoy! Starting with my last book this week, and that is Army of Darkness in Space, issue number 3. The artwork in this book is excellent, and the story is even bigger.
And drawn by Larry Watts.
That's the artwork. The first thing that really made me laugh was towards the beginning of the book, Ash is hungry, so he wants to make himself lunch or something. And it's hilarious. He's cooking, and out of nowhere, one of the girls who was thrown up on basically becomes possessed.
Mm-hmm.
Because, evil and blood and everything. And it's up to him to fight. And there goes lunch. And then we have I'm going to skip this part. I'm going to go to the part where Ash finally confronts Dark Mechanic Ash now. Because he's completely made of, machines. And the fight, Ash fails. And actually runs away, but at the cost of one of the other crewmates. So now it's just him and one other girl left. And by the end of this arc,
whoa!
I don't know if that girl's going to survive either, but the last page, let's just say Ash found, what was this? I forgot the,
Secret weapon? What was it?
It's like a, what do you call it? A junk room. And you just see his eyes, and he creates this machine. Now, we all know he created the chainsaw, the sword, the shotgun.
That is awesome.
So he gets to create something else here. And now he's ready to take it to the evil Ash. And that is awesome. Love this issue. This is a really, really, really great issue.
Wow, that was really something.
However, we're going to go back to Zenescope a minute. We missed a book.
Yes.
And actually, this book we got digitally instead. And that's Hollywood Zombie Apocalypse, issue number 2 of 2.
Yes. There's a zombie invasion in Hollywood, and everyone is trying to basically get away. It's Michael and Chris, from what we saw in the last issue, ironically our names, leading the wannabe superheroes who are starring in a film to get away from the zombie invasion. So you have these characters, like you have Dwayne, who is the Rock character, and that's Dwayne Johnson actually, and they're just trying to just try to find a way to get to John Travolta's helicopter, because he's planning on leaving the city with or without them, and I believe Chris was the one who knows about John Travolta's helicopter. So they're trying to find a way of how to get there without the zombies attacking them by car, and of course they run into some zombies and they attack them, which the artwork is flat out amazing, and also Selena Gomez is part of their team as well, and that's really something. There is one of the teams actually 2 people on their team does betray them and leave the team, and almost makes it worse for the team. I don't want to give too much away, because I want you guys to definitely read the book, because there's lots of action, explosions, and yes, there is one part where Justin Bieber does come in and bite Selena, but does she turn? We don't know. You gotta read the book. Well, we do know, but I'm actually not gonna tell you. You gotta read the book actually to find that out. So, and it's shocking though. So they meet up with Charlie Sheen, the winning thing, brings them John Travolta's helicopter, and the ending is basically a bring Selena or not, and that's where I'm not going to tell you the ending. And don't you dare, because I know you're going to spoil it. So, that's the end of the book. So, yeah. I was waiting for you, because okay. I know. Okay.
Conan, Red Sonja.
Yes.
Issue number 2.
Conan and Red Sonja. I really, this was an unenjoyable read. It's basically Conan and Red Sonja meeting up with Conan's arch-rival and Red Sonja's arch-rival, just attacking each other on a pirate ship. And that's really just the whole beginning to middle part of the book.
It's a big fight.
It's a huge fight, but it's really amazing, actually. And that's where Conan introduces, you know, who the ladies were that they fight, you know, that Sonja's and his team. And what they're doing is that they want to go find out more things about the Bloodroot and how they can stop this. And you know them, they don't back down from anything that's dangerous and all that said and done. So they go there, and there's lots of creatures that they fight off against. And they meet up with this guy, go up. I just saw his name. Thoth Amon, who actually is the controller of the Bloodroot. And he talks about the whole thing about, you know, what he wants to do and the Bloodroot, da-da-da-da. It's just a whole big thing. They fight him. They defeat him a little bit, because then he flees away in the end. That's really the whole basis of the book.
You have enough time for one more book.
Alright, so next book is
X2, issue 22.
Yeah, X2, issue 22. And really, it's the Archon versus... why did I forget his name already? I think Charles, his name is.
Okay.
Well, anyway, X is trying to evacuate the people because he wants to fight off against the Archon, because they have unfinished business to take care of. And X's sidekick is also there to help save him, you know, throughout everything. But I like how X says to evacuate the people because he's actually a caring character, and I actually never saw that side of him before until just then. And it's just him, well, like I said, trying to get to the Archon, and he gets there, and I'm trying to find out what his name is, but some people go too fast. I think his name is Charles, and if I'm wrong, I do apologize. I'm
Charles!
sure. But basically, he leaves, and it's up to now X and the Archon to go one-on-one with each other, but he just doesn't want to fail again. What's interesting is that it says follow X, the Archon, and the Mark in Captain Midnight issue number 21, which is not out yet, so it might be out next week. Or the week after, whatever. So definitely we'll check out and see what happens in there. So
alright, we have 2 minutes. Do you want to go into it?
Yeah, this will be...
Alright, Divinity, issue number 1.
And these are now from Valiance. It talks about the origin of Abraham Adams, who was, you know, he was in school, he was very athletic.
He was adopted.
And he was adopted as well. And he had like a huge mission that he had to, was needed to be done. And it goes to other characters as well. And I like the suit that they actually gave him. And one of the missions is where he had to leave his wife because, you know, it had to be, it was like a military thing, you know, like how you leave your families behind because you have to go on a dangerous mission. So that's what it was like for him. But this mission was to be very dangerous, and the thing is that we have to see whether he'll come back from it or not. But, you know, he was very scientific as well because he was all about science, this Abraham Adams. And at the end of the book, it's just him going on, you know, him doing the mission, as well as 2 characters who actually meet each other in the end as a reuniting thing, which I actually found pretty interesting. So definitely, it was a little bit interesting. I would say check it out if you want to check out something new.
Alright guys, so hang tight for just 1 second and we will conclude this week's Dark Avenger indie comic book review. Okay, we're back and we're with Exo Manowar, issue number 33.
Yeah, and this one I could sum up in 3 sentences. Basically, it talks about Arax's vision with Deidre, thank you. It's just his flashbacks, you know, being with Deidre under the stars and everything, and because he's with this other woman, Sana, and he actually sees that. But I like how the suit is now bringing a whole new meaning to him because he was in the suit when this happened, and it's bringing back guilt or something, because that's what I saw in this book of what the machine that he wears has done to him, you know, about the past, about how she died and how he promises to fight for her and everything. And then he winds up in this other dimension in some sort of way, if that makes any sense. And he just wants to find out what's going on and why he had that vision of that guilt in the past. So and then we get into this new villain who is going to appear in this book. I'm not going to say who. You'll have to read the book. And that's it. So what I liked about this issue was, like I said before, the machine taking over his mind into a whole different level. And that's what I feel that Exo Manowar is trying to do with Arax's character when he goes into the into that form. Because it takes control of your body. Even Livewire, when we went in that story arc, that was explained as well.
Alright. Imperium, issue number 1.
Yes. And I believe this is the last variant for this week.
Yep. No, there's one more variant.
Oh, there's one more variant. Yeah, yeah. So, Imperium, it was very heavy dialogue, I will say that much. And how can I say this? Like, it was really more along the lines of trying to.
Looks like, what do you call it? The shoot, I forgot the people.
The
Harbingers.
Yeah, Harbingers a little bit. It gives you that little bit of a feel to it. And it's really just them trying to save their own planet and from all these robotics that are trying to take over and everything. And there's like a whole bunch of chaos that's happening, and it's up to the team that is known Imperium to actually stop this whole thing from happening. And there was just so much dialogue and so much to take in. Like, I tried to take all of this in, but basically to make it short so that we don't have to read through all these inner dialogues and these boxes and everything, that's what it was really all about. So I'll check the next issue, just curious to see what happens in the next issue. And last Valiant,
Rye issue number 7.
Yeah, and what happens in Rye is that we saw in the past issues that Rye wanted to settle what's going on in Japan, as well as going after Father, or the Father, or something like that. And we get introduced to this character who is, who we get to know a little bit, and I can't remember her name for the life of me because it's like a long, let me see, go up more, a little bit. Momo. We get a little bit about Momo's story, about her past and everything. And it's Rai just, fighting off against these other people, these robots. I can't remember what their names were. Well, anyway. And that goes to Lulu, where we saw in the last issue how they were going to make a bomb for something with using cereal boxes and whatnot. So that's a little bit about there. And I love the artwork, though. And then he's going up against Silk, who is the leader of these robots who are trying to stop him from settling what's going on in Japan, as well as going after the Father. Wait, go up, because I just saw the name. Now go down a little bit. No, go with the mouse down. It's like right there. To kill Father, yeah. So basically, he says that he needs help of Rai 8, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Rai 8 to help him defeat him, because he can't do it all by himself. So they're providing him assistance to kill Father, because he's part of making the creations like of Rai and the others like more destroying the world. So they want to actually destroy Father, so that way they don't have to get more Rais to make them chaotic. They could change them to be more civilized human beings, like the actual Rai is. And that's really the whole basis of that story.
Tech Jacket, issue number 8.
In Tech Jacket, it talks about, I don't know what his name is, because it just skips my mind, because I'm not good with characters. But yeah, it's just really the main character who just is jealous over this other character who is the same race of the alien race, I meant, of I think Galdora? Can't remember his name. Or her name. Sildara, I think her name was. Like, he's just saying that he's getting, like, he's really pissed off because of what happened when the parents still signed over to Gardner his tech jacket. So his mother comes in, he's just trying to say that he's in love with Saldora and he was getting jealous and everything. So his mother's trying to say, just keep your head in the game, because there are lots of stuff that's going on in outer space. And that's what he does, actually. And I love the beautiful artwork, too, by the way.
Very, very polished.
It is, really. And he just does like he does in every issue, just fighting off against, into the planet of the other galaxy. I think it's called Tomorrow. Yeah, it's called Tomorrow. So he goes to the planet of Tomorrow to settle what's going on there with all this ooze that's actually infecting the planet. And he has to use his tech jacket form in order to get rid of it. But the one with Gardner, he does appear in this issue, and I'm not going to say what he does in this issue because it gets really intense, like seriously intense.
Alright, we're moving into IDW, Edward Scissorhands, issue number 4.
Yes, and in this issue, it's more along the lines of, like, she's looking for Edward and, Arlene is her name? Let me see. Well, she's looking for Eli.
Ellie.
Or Ellie.
Or whatever.
Well, Eli because he's a boy in this one, who actually hurt someone, and she goes to the police station, this main character, to look at the cameras, and she wasn't allowed to see what happened with the whole thing, what happened with Eli and the missing boy. And she finds out on camera, actually, what happened. So, she wants to tell what happened, but she's actually hiding it. And you know when you hide something, that's actually not as good, because then that could lead into a whole bunch of trouble. So we get into a little bit of what Eli was doing, you know, for the little boy. And I don't think that he's meant to like hurt him in any sort of way. Like he's just trying to, you know, help him with making him happy with, you know, having a heart and stuff, because he was a lonely person. And what everyone is claiming is that this person killed him, and her mother's there actually as well. So and there's a whole big what do you call it, like a strike-like thing that's going on.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a riot kind of thing.
It's like a riot outside of Edward's house, of the crime scene that they're outside. So yeah, I'm trying to find out. I think her name is Meg. Oh, we go up. I think I found out what her name was. Up. I meant up this way. I think her name was Megan.
Megan.
Yeah, Megan. Yeah, I was right. That's who I was trying to find out as the main character. I apologize with these names, guys. I'm just not good with them.
I ended this on a bang. The Seventh Sword, issue 7 of 7.
Best digital book for this week. Mr. Cray is going to finish off everything once and for all, what's going on.
Awesome artwork, awesome action.
So he fights off against Super Effecta, and the fight scene between those two was epic. I couldn't say anything more. It was, and also this woman, I can't remember what her name was. She's fighting off against the one that's in control, Super Effecta, or I think that's how you say the name. Aaron comes in to save the whole thing of what's going on, burns him alive with the octopus and everything. Mr. Cray does defeat Super Effecta, of course, after that amazing fight that happened. Miss Galeway is the girl's name that Aaron saved. And it's all of Mr. Cray's team that's trying to, you know, save everything of what's going on. And yeah, it was just a whole big fight scene, and I really was so amazed at how he defeated the
that
robot.
was awesome, yeah.
I mean, that was awesome, and just all that fight scene was just amazing, and how it ended was just perfect.
It was a perfect ending, and I definitely think that this definitely deserves another volume.
It does. This whole series deserves a 5 out of 5. Find in trade paperback, because I believe it's coming out in March. Don't quote me. I think it's March. You'll love it. Absolutely, just
I do, and I've just been following you with it.
I know, and from issues 1 through then was just amazing each and every time. Never once was it a disappointment. So I definitely check it out if you're a swordsman, Bushido, samurai fan, or whatnot.
Alright guys, that's it for this. I was just saying that.
Yeah.
As always, feel free to leave comments below. Agree, disagree, likes, dislikes, recommendations, and we'll get back to your guys' comments in the comments below. Don't forget that tomorrow, today, which is Wednesday, Hall of Toys will be live on Zone 4 Podcast. And this Friday, Dark Avenger Live will be on this channel live at 9 o'clock p.m.
Eastern time.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
So until then, though, as always, don't forget to check out comic-related, Comic Frontline, Zone 4 Podcast, and Frontline Gaming Zone. We are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. And until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and we'll see you guys in the next review.
There, everybody.